You just gotta be worthy. Yeah, 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 yeah. I will give you the world, baby girl. You just gotta be worthy. You don't gotta be perfect. You just gotta be worthy. Yeah, 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 yeah. I will give you the world, baby girl. You just gotta be worthy. Yeah, yeah. But you don't gotta be perfect. You just gotta be worthy. I'm back, y'all. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no. Everybody doubted me, but girl, you stuck around. Yeah, you told me if I hold you, you gon' hold me down. You don't gotta be perfect. You just gotta be worthy. Ain't that true? Baby girl, you don't never have to worry. Time to precious, baby girl, let's not let it go by. I just really wanna know, do you love me? Don't lie. I know you feel alone, cause I've been on the road, but I've been doing shows. I swear I ain't doing you wrong. Fly around through the city, yeah. Girl, you know you coming with me, yeah. I been 100 out of 50, girl. Ain't nobody messing with me, yeah. That's funny. Trisha, that's in your comment, says your car sick. My son, I'm on the road and go so much. He will not go with me because he does get, he says he'll get car sick. He don't like to ride like that. Hold on, y'all. I have to go check Hey, Booker, I ain't seen you in a long time. What's up? How you doing? Well, last night, did Ash ever talk to any of y'all? Did she ever take a link and speak to any of y'all? I hadn't there really to see what's going on today. Has she been live today? Because sometimes, man, she can, that's what worries me that with her. When she gets going where she'll go. And it can get bad. She needs somebody to keep her calm. Let it go. You know? It's gonna be okay. I've been hollering, I'm ready for summer, ready for summer, ready for summer. Tired of it being cold, right? Was that ready? Might as well be. Because damn it, it's hot today. I wish I was in the water somewhere. As soon as I put this money back that I spent on this truck, my ass is going to take some time off. I know that. I am working myself to death. Y'all ever heard this song? And they be lucky to let me be wifey. So how could you be so damn trifling? When you hear about the dirt that I've done, you're gonna be so fucking hurt cause I'm the one. You thought that you could just go out and have your fun, but I can play the same game except I won. Two wrongs don't make it right, but I'll be damned if I don't put up a fight. You say I'm wrong cause I cheated out of spite. I say you're wrong cause you cheated every night. So if he a dog, I'm a dog too. If he a dog, I'm a dog too. True lie. If he a dog, I'm a dog too. You tried to play me but the joke's on you. If he a dog, I'm a dog too. If he a dog, I'm a dog too. If he a dog, I'm a dog. Yes, I need another vacation about that time. But the joke's on you. You can play this game you call love. If Today is my day to think, y'all. I stay in like go mode all the time. I don't have like time to like really think and process and absorb what the hell's going on. And I made some like major life decisions in the last 2 months. And I don't know if they're decisions that I don't know if they were necessarily the right decision. Okay. I want to put a break on that real quick. And which that is hell, let's go ahead and have the conversation. I've got a long drive. How about that? And trolls, you can use it against me all you want. I don't give a fuck. Y'all should know that by now. Let's see what makes this. I used to feel the same way you do, Liz. If you ever get the wrath, you'll get it. When I listened to her briefly this morning, I didn't recognize her. When she learned who she really is, I regret ever standing up for her. And that's all I have to say about that. I get it. I mean, I get it. I get it. That's what I say. When I tell you that it can get ugly, yeah. 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 That's why there's some people I just... Anyway, Hunter, I'm getting ready to switch this to a serious conversation now. Because I need to talk about this, okay? I've not really talked about this. Whatever. I guess I can talk to y'all about it. Absolutely understand where you're coming from. I felt the same way. Yeah, that's why I don't invest myself to many people. You know, when you put investments there, you got stock, and when you got stock and investments, it hurts, right? That's the way that goes. Burn. I've always said it's as the tides change, man. You see on here, you know, y'all see it. Y'all been, you know, on here. Y'all true crime, or, you know, that call that y'all been labeled true crime. I don't know what y'all need to come up with a community name. What y'all are. I guess you're always gonna be true crime. Damn it, that's what you're gonna be called. So you might as well consider yourselves that's what you were. Y'all been on here, you know, long enough now to see what goes on. What's what? What is what? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And it just depends on how much you choose to invest in it. The more investments you got, you know, that's how that goes. I used to be really invested in it back in the day. I did. Behind the scenes and all. You know, I would have to open all those messages and those group chats. And that was before we really did Discord. We didn't do Discord and anything like that. Discord hadn't become a thing over there yet. Always the Twitter group. The Twitter group DMs. bad guy all day. And you know, but this is the thing, BTS. You know, that stuff used to really bother me. You know what I mean? And the way, like, how people, you'll see now, it doesn't bother me now, but it used to back then, like the way people flip so quick, you know what I mean? Or somebody to run a narrative on you, you know? I've been in them shoes. I know how it feels. I know. But now it just, I don't know, I guess once you've been here so long and you've just seen it played out over and over and over and over and over and over, it don't bother me. And I think it's because I'm not invested like I used to be. What y'all see me on here is what y'all get of me. That's it. Except for, you know, the ones that have my number. But I remember what I was talking about earlier. When I was just a sub, you know what I mean? Not when I didn't. Let me pull up. I don't know if I need to take further away. I'm gonna stop right here. I really don't know. Let me pull a direction here. Oh my gosh, this phone's so slow. The only bad part is I was gonna say when you don't know what's going on, like when you're not invested like that. And then you're like me and you go in all these chats. Are you kidding me? You know what? I'm not. I'm just going to go the way I want to go. Let's go. Right? Take the way you know. You can't get lost. When all these different alliances switch up, like Laura and MM, the shit talking between them. Why? What? They was just friends. What the hell? Then you got the subs that, you know, when y'all were friends, went in both of your chats. And then sometimes people feel cool, you know what I mean? But this is what I think about that. I'm just not getting involved. If it don't involve me, it's none of my business. It's not that deep, right? Stock or investment in it. But y'all do have some quite interesting conversation between each other. And I was sitting there thinking yesterday about that. I don't remember what stream I was watching. I I really don't know. But I had this thought come in my head. We know people don't leave. Y'all even hear me? I have the window down. Can y'all hear me, or is all y'all hear is wind? Okay. We know. Oh, I did hear somebody say, oh, you BTS, I was listening to you about Marky Mark. See what I say? You never know who's watching. Those numbers out there, or they could be talking to you in the chat. You never know. That proves my point right there. Bam. How long's it been? How long did y'all say it had been? He's been gone? A long time. And you know what? Let me tell you, people like that, there are people like that, okay? That listen to everything, that do not chat, don't talk. They watch everything that's going on, taking their notes in their 5-star like I am, or trying to. And they can be the woman out there trolling y'all. Getting y'all riled up and slinging shit at each other. Yep. And I don't think Onyx don't. I don't care. I don't. I've just never known anybody to actually leave. It's be gone. I don't. And I went and watched that video. That was weird. That must have really bothered him when Smokey said that, I guess. Because I did go check his video out. And I was up to him and didn't even know it. So, yeah. I was like, look at there. Because there was a guy, what was it? Ash, if you're still in here, what's his name? Josh? That kept coming back way back in the day. Hell, I think this was even before you come, but he's, you've heard about him. I want to say it was Josh, was his name. He was the biggest troll, man. He was something else. There's people out there like that. That just lurk, just, start shit. They ain't bored, ain't got nothing to do. They ain't got nothing going. And this is something I learned on YouTube. Everybody's life is different. You know what I mean? My norm is not somebody else's norm. And that was, it's different. There's all kinds of different people out there. Okay, but anyways, now I'm about to have a serious conversation, y'all. This is something that I talk about it on here because I have more people here, and believe it or not, there are people on here I felt like before I come on YouTube that I've been the only one that's been through this, or nobody would understand how I felt, but there's actually a lot of people on here that share some of the same experiences, or might not have the same experience, but it made them feel the same way. I still got my hazards on. So, anyways, y'all know Hunter is 13 years old, okay? I have done 3 DNA tests on this job. I paid for it myself, out of pocket. And y'all do know, okay, first of all, let me put a disclaimer on this. I do believe in a higher power, okay? I do believe, and it's like the older I get, it's like they say things happen for a reason, and it's like, do they happen for a reason? Because it's like all the things that have taken place in the sequence that have taken place in my life. But you're not supposed to figure shit out, right? You're not supposed to question God's what they say, Okay. We're going, as you can see, we're getting ready to get kind of deep here. Hold on, let me get my pen out the floorboard first. Let's see about that. Y'all watch the road for me. I don't care, call me a whore, call me whatever. It wasn't even like that. Like I said, this is the third DNA test I've had done on him. Do you know it took me, and this is something that I'm struggling with, and this is why I'm talking about it. 13 years later, I find out who his real father is, which is who I thought, the other person, a question would be, but this is the second test that he's had done on him. The first one came back inconclusive, and now this one. And that one was done like 10 years ago. And they wanted me to go pay more money to have more testing done or some shit at that time. And I didn't have the money. So I couldn't, follow through with it, that one at that time. That was right after Haley's daddy died. I was strung out. And my addiction, a lot of y'all know that have been here, from the beginning. That's why I didn't have the money, because every dollar I got, it was going on Roxy's up my nose. So then I did one when Chad was in prison, and I've been with Chad for the military. I've been with Chad since my second husband, which was in 2011, and that didn't last very long. Y'all know that. Anyways, I did one back when he was in prison, which was, I want to say it was in 2016. 2016. So that would have been, what, 5 years? Like, it's every 5 years I've done a test. That's why I say maybe it was time for me. Maybe I wasn't ready at that point in my life to know, because everything I was going through, maybe. I don't know. That's why I just say maybe some things happen the way they do when they do, because they're supposed to. Okay? I don't know. But it's mighty damn funny. It takes 3 damn tests, and I don't even know how much money later to get the answer that I got. Which totally flipped my fucking shit upside down, because I really wasn't expecting that. I expected him and Haley, and this is the thing, I expected him and Haley to have the same dad. Okay, that was my first husband. That's who I was married to. That was my high school sweetheart, whatever you want to call it. Okay, that's who I was supposed to spend the rest of my life with, right? That's why Hunter is named what he is named. That is the whole reason when I got pregnant with Hunter, me and my husband were not together. I had already left him because of his drug addiction, and he would not stop. And it was not healthy for me or my child. I had already went and saw a lawyer, and I had already moved back home and my grandma built an apartment on to the back of her house for me and Haley to live in. So, it was New Year's Eve. It's when I thought I got pregnant with Hunter. That's why I went back to him and tried to make my marriage work one more time. And I said, if you ain't got your shit together by the time, Hunter is born, then I'm leaving. Well, Hunter was 3 months old, and I left for good, and I didn't go back. That's the story with him. Of course, I raised Hunter thinking this is his dad, his biological father, right? That's how I raised him. Which he knew as he got older, which he didn't know. And the only reason he knew is because we let, people talking.
Heath. He heard that name Heath. He's heard that name Heath because of Chad abusing me, whatever. You know how men can sling stuff in your face, okay? That's how he even knew that name. So he knew, but he would say, that ain't my daddy, because people would tell him that he looked like him, which I would say he didn't, because Hunter looks like me. So I was trying to justify, and I don't know if I was justifying or making all these excuses or what I was doing. I don't know. Right, Ash? Okay, and let me tell you something, girl. This is what is so crazy. I have not spoke to his biological father, who I just found out was, when I took that trip to Atlanta, that's who I went to go see. I had not spoke to him in, oh my gosh, since the last time we were together, 2011. I hadn't spoke to him since then. And I don't know why. Well, I know why. I don't know. I don't know. But for some reason, I wanted him completely out of my life, nothing to do with him, because it was a toxic relationship when me and him were together, because we were both heavily active in addiction. And matter of fact, he went to jail, and when he did go to jail, I just, it was done. And it wasn't a very long relationship. It was only like 6 months, something like that. But it was bad, you know what I mean? It was bad. That's when I was at the lowest point of my addiction. So, anyways, come to find out, he was in rehab in Atlanta. He had been at the, it was, let me take that back. It wasn't rehab, okay? It was, like SLA, it's called Sober Living America. It's not an inpatient, you know what I mean? They go there and you live in these apartments and you work. And from what he told me, he just needed to get away. That's why he was in Atlanta. But it's kind of crazy, after all these years. I went up there, to visit him is what I did. I didn't tell my kids, they knew, Haley knew where I was going, who I was going to see, but Hunter didn't. And I was going up there to see how he was doing, you know what I mean? Checking him out, see how things were. Because we have been friends since we were kids. So of course we do have a lifelong, friendship. And I've lost a lot of friends. Y'all know that. My first husband overdosed. I buried, which I don't even think I've talked about this since I've been gone. One of my best friends, I buried him. And Haley's grandma. So there's just been a lot of deaths, I always try to reach out and help save people. Matter of fact, this is what he calls me, Captain Save-A-Ho, okay? He tells me that I try to save all these men, is what he tells me. And it's kind of true. I do. I can admit that. I have in the past. They have a problem, you try to fix it, right? Because I always want to fix things. That's who I am. That's just who I am. Well, anyway, I go see him, stay the weekend in Atlanta. Well, come back home. It weren't. He was moved right back. So he's back. I told Hunter, Hunter, then as soon as he come, I was like, I want to go ahead and I want to get this test done, because I want to put this, I need this closure for this. I need that. And I think Haley says, Mama, it was at the wrong time. And I'm like, Haley, when is the right time to do that though, And she was like, Mama, no. And she says that to me. This is why she says that it was the wrong time. Her daddy overdosed in his drug addiction. She knew nothing about until she was 13. When she was older, when you're 13, you're a teenager, right? You have enough sense to know what's going on. You're starting to, She needed to know, there's drugs around, it's bad, this, that. She's old enough to start asking questions, and this and that. Then she wants his death certificate, so she sees what's on the death certificate. So all of this starts coming out about who her daddy really was and the problems he had. Because I never painted him in that picture for her. I kept all that secret. And she struggled with it. She had a hard time. I told y'all, I think in another stream that I did, I have had to put Haley inpatient. Just one. That shit about killed me. So that's why, when people say they have real life shit going on here, they do. And sometimes you come to YouTube just to decompress, to forget about all that shit for a minute, which that's not how I dealt with it at that time. I had too much shit going on that YouTube was my last concern. Totally. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Haley says, Mom, it's the wrong time to tell him. He's 13, that's how old I was, when he told me. She says, I was just coming into puberty, my hormones were going crazy. And I was like, yeah, but Haley, you worked through it, you made it through it, you know what I mean? And that's part of you, who you are. That's why you're so strong. I'm trying to see if somebody shooting somewhere or what. Look, they're pulling over. I hear sirens everywhere. They're getting closer. So yeah, 13 years later, I take Hunter and we go get this. Of course, I have to tell him what it is because he knows what's going on when they go in there swabbing his mouth. And I have to wait 1 week to get the results back. Well, that Friday, he called me before I even knew. He called me and told me the results. Hunter says to me, which they have been spending time together before the test was done, okay? Before he knew what the results were. They were getting along just fine, right? Spending time together, whatever. And he finds out the result. I tell him, the results. And you know what he says to me? That ain't my daddy. I don't care what that paper says. All I need is you and my sister. So, and that's how he means that too. He is meaning that. He's standing on it, okay? And when I tell you the struggle is real, let me tell you something. The struggle is real with Hunter right now. And his daddy was a little badass growing up, got in trouble at school and this and that. And I sure don't want Hunter to take that road. And I don't want him to act out and rebel. And don't let me slip up and say your daddy, because it is his dad, right? Don't let me slip up and say that, because oh no, he's not having it. So and that's, you know what, Ash? And here's what I'm thinking to myself. Hunter, y'all know Chad was in prison for a long time. Okay? That's who he called Dad. Daddy. That's who he called Daddy. Because me and Chad were together since Hunter was like 2. Till when it's been a year. His own, whatever. And kids, I still have contact with them. They're still in my life. That's just how that goes. One in families, Hunter still calls them his brothers. I mean, they were raised together for 11, 12 years, however long. So that's what I'm thinking is, and, Chad's back in prison. Y'all, get this. May 18th, Chad gets out of prison, and that is Heath, which is Hunter's daddy's birthday. Okay? Double whammy on that day. Definitely not gonna forget that day. Still, okay. Then, let me add this to it. I had to tell Chad what I did, what was going on, right? I had to tell him. Even though we aren't together. So, yeah, I had to tell him. And that was like, he was like, all our relationship, he was dead set against that. Just because of getting hold of somebody's past against him, whatever. Anyways. So, and I think that's Ash too. I think that's part of the problem is Hunter has heard Heath's name associated with negative comments throughout his life. So, he don't really know Heath. He doesn't remember him as a child. You know what I mean? You don't remember him spending time with him and teaching him how to ride a bicycle and this and that. You don't remember that part because he was so young. All he remembers are Chad's negative comments about him over the years of him growing up. That's what he remembers. So it's like and when I watch it, it's almost like Hunter is sizing him up, okay? And it's there have been times when Hunter jumped in the middle of it because I'm his mama. That's what he's gonna do. That was right. That was toward the very end. Okay, whatever. Judge me if you must, because people are gonna judge me anyways. I don't care. So he has like that. He almost feels like listen, and you could tell my voice was rising. You know what I mean? He with him. But they weren't coming home, my kids, because they just weren't. I'm not like that. They're home, shall I say. Because had to watch over me all those years while Chad was gone, locked up. It was just me, him, and Haley. And then when Chad did come home and it got, our relationship did the way it did, it got bad. It got bad. And I'm not innocent by no means, okay? Y'all know how I can be. So my kids have seen some shit. He's seen some shit. And it's like almost like a power struggle. I watch him. But like you said, Ash, that's his choice. And this is how I left it with him. I was like, yeah, it's your choice, whether you call him daddy or you say he's your dad or whatever. I said, but it's not your choice whether you're going to disrespect him or not. I said, you're going to respect him the same way you respect any other adult that I expect out of you. You know what I mean? Whether it be like your teacher or, one of my friends, whoever. You know what I mean? You just respect him because he is an elder. He's older than you. He is an adult. You're going to respect him, and that means. Now, whether you want to respect the fact that he's your daddy or whatever, I can't push that part upon him, but I feel like I can mediate in the aspect of him being respectful to him and of him. Does that make sense? But when I tell you we on a struggle bus right now, we on a struggle bus, son, and we are putting along that struggle bus. And then Hunter had such high hopes for Chad to come home and be okay, and he's not. Chad, I think prison has just messed Chad up. I'm gonna be honest with you. When they say, people become institutionalized, I think he has PTSD. I think too much shit going on that I can devote my time with, and that was the problem. I was pouring, all my energy and time trying to get him better, because bam, he's been in prison for 5 years, and here he comes home. It was exhausting, y'all. Exhausting. You have no idea. I had him, I'll do streams about that. That's a whole nother ball game over there, okay? I can talk for days about jails and all that mess. Y'all know how I am about that. But yeah, I don't know if Chad will ever be the same. I don't. It's like his personality isn't the same. He's not the same. This is what I would tell him. You're not the same person you were before you left. You know what I mean? And he would tell me, you're not either. And maybe I'm not. And that's what I told him. Maybe I'm not. Because I went through so much shit. And hard shit, life-changing shit, when you are used, it's like, bam, they take you from me, and then here I am, I have to figure out life on my own as a single mom, and I did it. And it changes you. And I told him, maybe you're right. So, I don't know. I can deal with a lot of shit. And I can even deal with you, pushing me around a little bit, because trust me, like you say, I'll give it just as much as I can take. But there's a line, when my kids, and that's where that line was overstepped. So I had to, no matter, and even though I had 11, 12 years invested, whatever it was, I can't help it. think Hunter has high expectations. He's looking for that daddy that Chad was before he went to prison, and he's not. It's not him. So that bothers me too. Is Hunter? Is Hunter just gonna completely, And I don't see why he couldn't. This was my thing, Chad was locked up, so Hunter had all he had was like phone conversations and visits with him until he got home. He's been home 2 years now. Hunter just going to completely cut him completely out of his life and let him go on his own way? I don't know. I'm just gonna I guess I'm gonna have to wait and see. It bothers me, okay? Because it's gonna be different. And then his name. It was probably too soon. It was too soon. But I would have never named Hunter what he was named had I known, he was actually I don't know, I've always gave you respect. Like Haley has her daddy's last name, even though that's not my last name because we're divorced. But I've always, I would have named him his last name. I would have gave Hunter his last name. Let's just say that. And I told, I just left it. I said, well, Hunter, I don't think, I had this conversation with Haley. I don't think he should change his name because he's still in school. He's been known, as Hunter Johnson, author school. And if he wants to, when he gets older, then he can. That's how I feel about that. Now, of course, his daddy, and I have to understand his feelings and all this too, right? And I try to put myself on the flip side of that. How would I feel, And he's not too happy about a lot of stuff, but like I told him, I can't go back time because I didn't know. Had I known, things would have been different, but my whole life would have been different, right? That would have changed everything all the way back to, and what was that? I struggled when I was pregnant with Hunter because I love that house. Me and Haley had just moved back home. I just left, her daddy. And it took me 3 months to, I had to take ovulation tests. So I didn't even know if I could, was really, he's been a blessing, but it was a surprise, you know what I mean? And I personally wouldn't have an abortion, so I had to do what I had to do. I had to buckle up. That's always played a factor in Hunter too. Haley says it's just a boy. I think a boy and a girl are just. That's what I tell her. She says I'm so tired of hearing that you're a girl, but it's the truth. You are a girl. Boys and girls. I got to make sure Haley can take care of herself and not have to depend on any man. That is why I tell her she feels like I'm harder on her. Men make more money than we do, right? Most of them, unless we have an education, right? So that's why I tell Haley, I said I have to make sure that you are going to be okay. Because they don't have anybody, but... And then, you know, I've always said that, you know, they don't have anybody but each other, okay? But then I told Hunter, you have a whole nother family out there. And they're good people, okay? We were all... Me and Heath were raised at the same church. Me and his daddy. That's how we know each other. We went to church camp together. True story. So he has a good family. His grandma, his aunt, now his mama and daddy. He's lost both his mama and his daddy. And he lost his mama when we weren't speaking. But Chad would not allow me to talk to nobody, okay? He was one of them kind of cut you off from everything. It was crazy. But, yeah, when I say, I'm so used to saying, you know, y'all don't have but each other because Haley doesn't have anybody but her grandpa and granddaddy left. That's it. And that's her great grandpa and granddaddy. Those two passed away, that's all the family she had besides me. And then she's got Hunter, and that's what I tell them, y'all have each other. But now I told Hunter, you have a whole family out there that, you know, would want to be a part of his, which they've always tried to be, but like I said, I didn't know. And the way Chad, you know, it was in our relationship. So I said, there's people you need to have that relationship with. Right. Oh, I wish I was on that boat on the water right now. Oh, we've been riding forever, and I've been running my mouth just steady, talking. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. My kids are at school. I don't have nobody to talk to. And I really don't like to talk on the phone. I'll text you, but I don't like to talk. I hit the pen a couple of times. Yeah, I love talking. What I would get him to be 17 again. And no. I want to get another tattoo. And then, okay, which luckily this was the thing, Haley and them don't get any kind of benefits. And me and Chad were married. Chad was on Hunter's birth certificate. Which, does that matter? I don't think it does it? Why would it matter who was on his birth certificate? The only time it would matter, Chad there's two Chads, if y'all are getting confused for the new ones. Haley's daddy, Chad, that's passed away, they don't get any benefits from him. So, that's the only reason it would matter if he was on Hunter's birth certificate, right? But Hunter does not get death certificates from Chad, nor does Haley. So, therefore, I don't think it should matter who's on his birth certificate. Y'all just want to make a Maury Jerry Springer show or what? I don't know. I think it's crazy, to be honest. And then, okay, of course, you know, everybody wants the happy little family, right? Da, 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 which I already know you're not going to make it work. You know how many times I tried to make it work with Haley's dad, and it never worked? You know, so she would have her daddy or keep the family together. That's a pretty truck, but they have got it. What? I don't know why them boys want to do that. That is crazy. I don't understand it. Let me run and take this thing back real quick, so you can give me another one to blow up on me. Let's see. Oi. Oh, gosh. Okay, y'all, I had to get me another thing. Let's hope this one don't blow up on me. So, that, I found that out probably, hasn't been a month yet since Hunter found that out. And which Heath has been working from daylight to dark, so the only time he really has to spend with him is to throw football and then him go to bed. I don't know what to do other than to just let that situation play out on its own. That's what it's going to have to do, and I guess it's just going to take time. And of course, Haley is there to, Haley's a good mediator sometimes, you know? Since she's the older sister, he does look up to her. Sometimes she can, when he don't want to listen to me, he'll listen to her, you know? watch out. I don't like the smell of it. And it bothers me. Like I told him, you're not going to get in a fucking vehicle with my youngin' driving. It's not going to happen. So I don't know. work on the ambulance. I cannot handle that stuff. I can't do it. I'm not built for it. Like, it takes special people. Now, the kind of work I do, they say it takes special people, but I can do that. So, to each their own, right? But I'm proud of her. I was blessed. I was really blessed with, like I talked the other day, being a mama is not easy, but I was really blessed with Haley. Let me tell you, she ain't tried half the shit I did, okay? But this is the thing, I told her the other day too, Haley. I went through a lot of abuse as a child. Physical abuse, sexual abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse. You know, so there's a lot of trauma there. I said, and that's one thing I tried so hard to do. You know, was for my kids not to have to live through that. And thank God, so far, she had. I think it really changed. I don't know what normal is, you know? What's normal? I know my normal, but my normal isn't somebody else's normal because I don't know what normal is. So I think that's why I try to fix people. Now, fortunately, Haley has that quality about her too, and I beg her, please don't do that. You know, you fuss at me, you know, you see. This is the thing for Haley too. I tell her, listen, I do have to tell her to have more empathy and sympathy for people because she doesn't. She does not have time for it. She does not want to hear your sad story, okay? She don't. She's like, get it out the mud just like I did. And that's how she is. And I'm like, dang, Haley, you don't have to be. I'm like, you're cruel. She's like, no, I'm not. And I have to tell her, yes. Yeah, that's, you know, a little harsh. Right, Lucy, and everyone's is different. Everyone's is different. And YouTube really showed me a lot of that. You know what I mean? It did. Get to meet people from all over the world. And that's what I was gonna say earlier. On here, listen, there's some creators, they're never gonna get along, okay? You're never gonna see eye to eye. You're just not. And Laura is one of those people. There's some people that just do not like her. And that's fine. It ain't no problem. You're never gonna like her. So, you're either gonna throw shit at each other all the time, or you're gonna keep it moving. But I think that's where the drama community part comes in, you know what I mean? People are there, they like to watch drama. If you have a drama stream and you talk about drama, the numbers show it, you know what I mean? Look and see how many people. Am I back? Y'all, me that I can do. Because she's old enough to leave home. And in school, they don't even teach these kids. They don't even know how to fill out a check. They don't teach them how to write in cursive anymore. So I'm trying to teach Haley money management now, okay? I made Haley start working when she was 13. She's getting ready to be 18 now. She'll be 18 in October. Y'all saw them fruit stands that we just come by? Okay. Until she was 16 and could legally, get a job like that, she worked at those fruit stands at one of them. I'm not going to say which one. But she did that, and then she cleaned condos with me on Saturday. And now she's at the age, which it wasn't a whole lot of money, but it was enough for her to do what she needed to save up to get her car, make her car payment, whatever. Well, now that she's making a little bit more money, these kids like to spend. Well, they got to learn bills, okay? She needs to learn money management. She needs to learn about credit. Unless you take classes in school, they're not teaching you that. So that's what I'm trying to teach her now. I want her to stay at home until she finishes college. And even then, when she finishes college, I don't want her to move her right out. You know what I mean? I want her to have a job, a steady job, stable job. Have her some padding, some money saved up. Her having her credit established. I want her to get her a house. I don't want her to rent. I agree. I want her to, that's what I want for her. And that's what I say. Not everybody's normal, or expectations are the same. And we can't judge each other for that. I don't like it when there's so many other things you can drag each other for than your looks, your kids, your family, your personal shit. Keep that off of YouTube and keep what I do say on it. There's so many other colorful words. I'll dip in, see what's going on, and then I'll dip out. I don't stay through the whole thing. And I heard that part of it. I've noticed Mallory has really become a player in this community now. All mine those things before they left home too. Yeah, Lucy. I don't want to just, because you learn. That's how I learn, right? started talking about student loans. And Mandy Lynn, thank you for that comment, because yeah, I got student loans, and I sure will check into seeing about that program. Yep, sure will. And they do, Science Girl is right, they will take your taxes, your federal taxes for it, but it's eventually, you know, that's kind of one of those things when they catch up to you, when it gets to that status. They let you be in default for a while. But you know why? Who cares? I don't care. Maybe some people do. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care how many student loans you have. I got it myself. I know what it's. I mean, you know, I don't know. That stuff just doesn't interest me. Maybe I'm weird. Hey, Mandy Bell. How you doing? I'm trying to think what else. Like, there's so much that's what I say a lot. If you're not invested and watching, then you're lost, you know? You might type in a chat and have somebody side-eyeing you because you don't know what the hell went on. And I heard somebody, I don't remember who it was, but I get it. Listen, a lot of times I'll be in a chat and they're talking about somebody that, you know, I may personally like and not have no issues with. But I was typing in that stream. That doesn't mean that I'm shit talking that person. Unless you see me type that in that chat or tell you that myself, then I don't think we as subs, because I am a sub too, I'm sub to everyone, to be honest. And when I have the time, I watch and listen. And I've always been more of a lurker. I can't be held accountable for what someone says. Now, if you ask me, hey, what do you think about that? 9 times out of 10, if you know me, then you already know what the hell I think about it. Right? That's when your moral compass comes into play. Look, y'all, they have got more. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more police speeding by. There is something going down bad. Okay, I don't know what it is, but it's something. are other people that have the same interest. Okay? It's not going to be in the masses, but it doesn't matter, right? I like smaller chats better because you get to know the people more personally. You know what I mean? I guess that's why I've always been, even when back in the day, I always cover everything. I don't like, curse. I've always been more of a lurker. I have a basement now. See, we don't have tornadoes, but we have that hurricane. Well, Texas Storm Chaser on YouTube tells you about undertone. I do have some people that I'm subscribed to, and like when they go follow, go live, I watch them. If it's like a storm that I know about, that I'm watching or interested in. Uber Goober used to do strings like that. Let me plug y'all in. And then I like watching